Well, happy Wednesday, Mid-Missouri. Today is an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day for the potential for strong and severe weather later tonight. But before that, we're all going to be hot, and some of us are going to be Weather Alert Day criteria hot, which is close to 105. The National Weather Service actually has put a heat index across the southern half of Mid-Missouri, excluding Boone County, over towards Callaway County and Montgomery County. But everyone from Herman to Jefferson City, California to Booneville, Sedalia, down towards Warsaw, Lake of the Ozarks area, I-44. That's where we've got the best potential at heat index values above 100 and approaching 105 in some places. Here's what it looks like throughout the rest of the afternoon. This is what it likely feels like through the heat of the day today. We may even have some folks to the north feeling like that low triple digits. This is really heat and humidity together, so it's going to be hot and humid out there today. Stay cool if you can. Really, after that heat, we start to turn our attention to storm chances, but still, you want to make sure you're cool today. Right around 8 o'clock, that's when Jefferson City starts to pick up on better thunderstorm chances, and that's just the beginning. We'll see more activity lingering into the evening and into the overnight. In fact, that's where we could see some of our strongest storms. So activity this afternoon to the north, that's weakening. Really, an outflow boundary from early this morning has kind of cleared that area and really kind of ruined the environment for thunderstorms in that area, but the activity that's dying down, it's going to continue to linger in the atmosphere, creating some kind of a boundary right across the middle part of Mid-Missouri, kind of close to where I-70 is, but don't use that as an exact geographical marker. We'll still have the potential for storms near, we'll say just south of Brunswick to Moberly, maybe Mexico as well. Watch where these kind of redevelop. Storms are redeveloping right near, somewhat north of I-70, and that is this upper level wave coming through and kind of kicking up some activity kind of along that boundary again. And so we're going to be watching for more thunderstorms from Marshall to Moberly, Mexico. That activity, though, is going to strengthen and kind of grow upscale into potentially a line of storms. That's been a trend that we've been watching roll in on data pretty consistently. Placement's been off, but still the environment that these storms will have is kind of supportive of that theory that we'll see a line of storms form and then push to the south. And that's where I think we could have the greatest risk for some damaging winds. We'll also have risks for hail here as well, maybe early before this line kind of forms. And so this is all what we're going to be tracking tonight. We've not been keeping track of the time here, but that's 11 o'clock that these storms are starting to kind of form into that line and push south of Jefferson City. So really, Columbia to Jefferson City, your timing is likely in that 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock time frame, and then this activity is getting closer to really I-44, Lake of the Ozarks, by the time we get to 11 o'clock to midnight. And then we may have another wave or two here heading into 2 to 3 a.m., but generally after about 3 a.m., this activity is all sagging south and taking the severe threat with it. We could have a few lingering showers through early Thursday morning, but really the severe threat is coming later on tonight. And that's where we've got potential for 70-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, and of course some localized flooding. The flooding and tornado risk is very low. Really, we're honing in on the potential for hail, but especially damaging wind. That's now a level 3 risk here on our threat graphics. And of course, the damaging wind risk, we kind of already pointed out, the greatest risk is going to be to the south of I-70 here, and maybe even towards the west of places like Fulton and Lynn. Again, that Boeing segment showing that, well, we could see our damaging winds focus in, and not just severe level winds, because this is a statistical chance, about a 30% chance of seeing severe level winds within 25 miles from any point in this red circle. But I want to show you we've got potential for high level winds as well, winds that could reach 70 plus miles per hour, and this was technically this big circle that you're seeing overlaying here, that's a 10% chance of those higher level winds. So what this is to say is that it's likely we're going to see damaging wind at some point within this storm. And so that's, again, why we've issued our ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day. We've been talking about uncertainty with this, but we know the stakes were potentially going to be high for some of those damaging winds. And so we wanted to let you know. Rain, one of the benefits of this system is that we're going to see some locally heavy rain. Some folks could stand to receive more than half an inch towards an inch. Locally, more than that is possible. It really depends on where the heaviest storms form and do we see some training of thunderstorms. So meaning one storm after another over some of the same areas. It's a possibility. We'll keep an eye out for that tonight. Of course, that would be much welcomed. I know folks are dry. We're certainly in drought here in mid-Missouri. The good news is we've got more rain chances in the forecast, but again, these are somewhat moderate chances chances with low confidence. Again, we can't count on that to bring us out of this drought. We've got chances, and that's good news. We'll just continue to hope that they actually follow through. Of course, those rain chances low into the weekend and early next week. We'll definitely have some dry time in the forecast, and it's going to stay warm as well. Take a look at those temperatures, just about near 90, either in the low 90s or upper 90s all the way into early next week.